Wow, it's time for another review. Holy shit, I'm back. I'm here. What's going on? It's Jacob Palacio here with another horror-themed horror movie review for you today. Let's get this going, man. This is number 3 of 3. I just got done reviewing Violent Night and The Mean One. So the third and final Christmas-themed horror film that I saw this year that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is a little film called Christmas Bloody Christmas. As you can see, I have the poster right here behind me. I got it from my movie theater, and I put it up for these reviews to get in the Christmas spirit, or to get you in the Christmas spirit. Hopefully, you know, when you see what better way to put you in the Christmas spirit than a fucking Santa Claus holding an axe? So I'm gonna be talking about Christmas Bloody Christmas for you today. But before I do that, I got a bloody sponsor for you, and I'm gonna have my buddy Jacob take it away and talk about that with you. All right, go ahead, Jacob. Thanks, Jacob. Yeah, it's a little fucking crazy out here. Sorry about the environment. Yeah, it's not looking too good for us over here. God damn, it's fucking crazy. Anyways, alright, so yeah, today, oh yeah, fuck, that's right. Did I introduce myself yet? I'm Jacob Palacio. Today I'm going to be talking about today's sponsor, and yeah, today's sponsor is actually Movie Palette. Movie Palette is a pretty cool company. Fuck. What they do is they take these canvas paintings, and then they take a specific movie, and then they put that movie onto this canvas painting. And you're probably asking yourself, how the fuck, how do they do that? It's just a bunch of stripes. Well, I'll tell you. So Movie Palette basically is created by a team of artists who carefully choose the color canvas paintings. Okay, they take the most common color of every scene in the movie that is found, and then these stripes are then put in chronological order from left to right, you know, in accordance to the length of the film. The length of each stripe also represents the length of each scene in a movie. That's pretty fucking cool. This is the film 2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't know if you can tell. Dude, my hands are fucking bleeding. Dude, I'm faded. What was I talking about? What was I doing? Oh shit. Yeah, so, oh yeah, and then you can also recommend a movie palette for them to make on their website. I think they have just like a button that you can press, and then you can suggest recommend your own movie. That's pretty cool. For the same price, might I add. But yeah, that's it, man. No, that's not it, actually. I lied. I'm a fucking filthy liar. I have my own discount code, Jacob15, where you can get 15% off your order at checkout if you use the code Jacob15. Pretty cool, you know, knocks a couple bucks off. I'd say that's a perfect fucking holiday gift for your loved ones, for your family. It's freezing out here. If you could, and honestly, if you could send out help, or like get somebody to pick me up early. I know it's supposed to be here by you know, until 8, but I would prefer to be like, honestly, the fucking down the shit. But it's fucking cool. Thanks, Jacob. Glad to see you're having fun out there. All right. Yeah, that was that. Thank you guys so much for. Well, I was acting as I was going on as if I was ending the review, but I haven't even started it. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, Christmas Bloody Christmas. This film is directed by Jeff Bezos. Fucking who the Joe Begos, I think is how you hopefully pronounce his name. I'm actually quite familiar with Joe Begos' work. I've seen his film Bliss, which I thoroughly enjoyed. That was a pretty solid watch. I watched it on Shudder. A very aesthetically pleasing horror film, if you will. But yeah, it was a very interesting watch. VFW is a film that I've been wanting to try and watch, but I have not seen yet, but it looks pretty cool, pretty fun. And then he also did Almost Human, which is a film that I thoroughly enjoy. And he also did The Mind's Eye back in 2015, which is a film that I have also not seen. He clearly has an admiration for horror films, and you know, he tries his darndest to bring us some very pretty looking horror films. But yeah, that's Joe Begos for you. That's the guy who directed this film. Christmas Bloody Christmas, man. Let me tell you, this movie's a fucking riot. As mentioned in my review of The Mean One, I saw this film back to back with The Mean One in theaters. There was basically no movies that came out that weekend, so they basically tried to find whatever fucking movie they could, which is why they randomly just decided to show The Mean One and Christmas Bloody Christmas at my theater, which are two extremely low budget horror movies that I never would have fucking in my life expected to be playing in a movie theater near me, but they did, and I watched both of them back to back. Christmas Bloody Christmas being the one that I saved for last, and my god, am I fucking glad I saved this one for last, because wow, this movie's a blast. Christmas Bloody Christmas is a film about a robotic Santa Claus who you know, goes haywire one night on Christmas Eve of all nights, and he goes haywire in this fucking store and decides to just start killing people. He's a fucking giant animatronic fucking Santa Claus just on the loose, wrecking havoc in the streets. He shoots fucking lasers out of his eyes. It's a great time, and yeah, that's basically the movie. It's just kind of him, you know, going around this town, and there's characters that we follow throughout this town that I'll get to in a bit, but yeah, it's just Santa Claus, you know, he's a robot Santa Claus, a killer robot Santa Claus, and my god, the kills in this movie are so much fucking fun. A lot of really fun, you know, gore sequences and horror sequences and kills in this film. Not to mention, it's also accompanied by some pretty solid, you know, lighting here and there. A lot of bright, you know, neon lights in the background, kind of giving off that Nicholas Winding Refn vibe, except, you know, it's a Christmas horror film. I really like the look of this film. It was also shot on film. You can definitely see the graininess of it. It definitely nails that, you know, really old school 70s, 80s slasher look that I'm pretty sure it's going for. So they fucking nailed it as far as, you know, the vibe, the mood, the atmosphere, the looks, the score. Yeah, and it's got great fucking gore and horror sequences. It kind of nails everything in my opinion. I had a lot of fun with this movie. Not to mention, it's only about 87 minutes, so it's a movie that doesn't overstay its welcome, unlike Violent Night, which is, you know, a film that is almost 2 hours long, and in my opinion kind of overstays its welcome. It does not need to be 2 hours, but this film is short. It's 87 minutes, and it ends exactly when it needs to. This is the Christmas themed horror film that I was waiting to watch this year, and it was also the last one that I watched of the 3 that I talked about. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I like it. The film does follow characters in this town throughout the film. Those characters being like some younger hip peeps in their late 20s, early 30s. It looks like there's a guy and a girl who work at a record shop, and you know they clearly have a thing with each other, but you know they're playing with each other throughout the entire night. I forgot to mention this film takes place the entire Christmas Eve night. Just this one night is the whole movie, and then you know it follows a lot of their friends as they go, you know, around town during this Christmas Eve, and then oh no, they run into the killer robot Santa, and they have to try and fight him off. And wow, yeah, that's pretty much it. Another that I would like to compliment this film for is its cinematography. I love the cinematography in this film, and the way that the camera told the story in this film was really cool. There were a lot of long takes, a lot of long shots that just kind of linger and just follow these characters, you know, throughout, you know, the store or whatever. For example, when the film first opened and it's introducing the 2 main characters in the record store, it was just like a, you know, a whole fucking 5-minute sequence just following these characters and, you know, throughout the store, you know, no takes, just, you know, just there in the moment with these characters. And I thought that was really cool, and it just gave, you know, the movie this nice, you know, breath of fresh air, especially after seeing Violent Night and The Mean One, which are both pretty uninspired in its cinematography compared to this one in my opinion. So the cinematography kicks ass in this film. Not to mention, there's a lot of cool POV shots in this film, where you're seeing through the eyes of the killer robot Santa as he's killing his victims, or, you know, walking around trying to find his victims, which is paying a lot of clear homage to, you know, some of the earlier slasher films in the 70s and 80s. One of the main ones being Maniac, which is a film that also had a lot of, you know, POV shots of the killer, as well as an obvious one, which is John Carpenter's Halloween. You know, the opening scene in Halloween had the point of view shot of the little child as he's going into the house killing, you know, the family. So yeah, it paid homage to a lot of those slasher films back in the day. And yeah, it fucking nailed it, dude. I love all these little, you know, added touches. We even get a really cool sequence in the film with 2 scenes that are intercut with each other. One of them being a really fucking gnarly sex scene, and another one being a really fucking gnarly, you know, kill in the film. And, you know, it's just jumping back and forth between both scenes, and it intercuts between the 2 of them, and they both, you know, flow very nicely together, and just that whole sequence is really cool. This whole fucking movie's a vibe. Honestly, it was kind of everything I hoped for it to be. I'm really glad I got a poster of it because, yeah, this is a fun time. I could definitely see myself coming back to this movie in the future. This could honestly be, maybe not an annual watch for me, but pretty damn close. I wouldn't mind watching this again next Christmas is all I'm trying to say. Not to mention, it's also pretty funny. A lot of, you know, horror movies that don't really have, you know, the highest of budgets try to be comedic, and, you know, sometimes it doesn't really land and it just kind of comes off as awkward. But I feel like the characters in this film are, you know, charismatic enough and have a lot of personality to them, where a lot of the jokes and a lot of the things that they say do land, and yeah, it's actually kind of funny. So yeah, it's, again, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. Really liked it a lot. Easily my favorite Christmas-themed horror film that I saw this year personally. And overall, if I had to rate this film, I would probably give it a very solid 8 out of 10. Really like this movie. I think if there's one movie that you guys should see this year of the 3 that I reviewed, definitely go for Christmas Bloody Christmas. I do know that this film is being distributed by Shudder, and it is also an RLJE film, who make really solid films most of the time. I really enjoy them. It was a bloody good time, I'll tell you that much. Wowee, holy shit. Yeah, that guy's awesome. And yeah, that's about all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. That's about all I got for you this year as far as the Christmas-themed horror films go. Sorry I didn't release as much content as I would have liked to this year. As I brought up pretty much with every video that I've released this year, there's just been a a lot of changes going on in my life that I've been trying to adapt to. But I think next year is going to be the year where I'm really going to fucking grab the bull by the balls and kind of just give it all I got and just try to make as much content as I can. So I'll be looking forward to it. This concludes my Christmas horror film reviews this year, and I hope you guys had a good time. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jacob Palacio, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.